What's going on, guys? It's your man C to the J to the C, and I'm back again. Boston versus Milwaukee. Let's talk about it. So last night we saw what happened. Boston beats Milwaukee in the game one, 112 to 90. 112 to 90. And y'all heard what Paul Pierce said, running his mouth like, bruh. I feel like Milwaukee Bucks have the personas to basically like win this series. Will they? It still be questioned. But look at the talent they have for Paul Pierce to say that. Antetokounmpo, all-star, superstar, might be MVP. Brook Lopez, former all-star. Chris Milton. They got Bledsoe. They got George Hill. They got Ersan. They got Mirotic. They have the talent to compete. Are they talented than what Boston has? No, but they have the talent to compete or even win this series. Like many people say, like they have the long hands, they have the defense. Why can't they win the series? Like, what are you guys talking about? It's the shooting that needs to improve. You can't have Eric Bledsoe shooting 20%. You can't have Brook Lopez 20%. Giannis was shooting better from the 3-point line than a field like a 2-pointer. This guy was shooting 33% for 2-point shots and 60% for 3-point shots. So like you had like, come on, you can't like George Hill 3-pointers wasn't falling, but he did shoot great field goal percentage wide. Eric Bledsoe oh my goodness, 20%. You can't have your starting point guard shooting 20%. Bledsoe 20%. Giannis 33%. 41 for Chris Milton, not bad. Brook Lopez 20, 14 for Sterling Brown. Get the fuck out of here. Ersan 33. Like it just was too much people shooting horribly for Milwaukee on their side. 3-pointers was better, but there was some people that were shooting bad from 3-point. Like George Hill was shooting horrible. Sterling Brown, Brook Lopez. Like it was too much things they were doing that they weren't great at, and you can't be doing that against Boston. They're too loaded. They're too talented, and they're capable of erupting any moment with any mistake you do. And like I think they finally found themselves. They realize Kyrie Irving is the leader. They realize he's the guy that we need to trust to basically control this game man, everything, and they were poised and content with that. Al Horford was amazing. Him and Kyrie Irving pick and roll and pick and pop strategy that they're doing is great. It's really working. Milwaukee need to do adjustment. I know Budenholzer will do adjustment for that, but that needs to be fixed quick if they want to like compete in this series. Jaylen Brown was amazing. Look at the field goal percentage compared to Milwaukee. Al Horford 50%. Marcus Morris 66%. 57 Jaylen Brown. 57 Kyrie. 62 Gordon Hayward. 100 Aaron Baines. Terry Rozier 50. 33 like. Come on, the field goal rate is the huge difference. They were taking great shots. They could tip themselves. Jason Tatum wasn't so well, but we know Jason Tatum always shows up when they play in Boston. When they play in Boston, he knows when to show up. When they don't need him, he knows how to step back and impact the game in other ways. And that's exactly what he did in game one. And then the 3-pointers was not bad either. Al Horford 60%, Kyrie 40. You had Terry Rozier 40. 33 from Gordon Hayward, but he was amazing with the 2-point shots. If there was bad in one, there was great in the other. And Boston was just capitalizing. They were doing everything better that Milwaukee wasn't doing. And that was the difference. Like, it wasn't the time that, like Paul Pierce talking about, Milwaukee can compete in this series. They could even win the series. But will they? Like, they just have to do the adjustments. They have to make put the guys in better situations to do better. Like Budenholzer have to make them. They have to shoot better. They have to defend better because you can't have Boston shooting great. They already have the ability for anyone to go off for 20, 25 anytime for any like this. But you can't basically like have them shooting this great and basically with this talent. If you do the great defense that I know Milwaukee is capable of, and then you basically put your guys in great positions, Milwaukee can win this series. Like, will they do the adjustment? We'll have to wait to see game 2. But game 1, it showed you the difference, and that's why it got crushed by 22 points. That's ridiculous. 22, Milwaukee. A lot of people had them winning this series. And for Paul Pierce to say it's over, but game 1, he got Milwaukee all the way effed up. But for me, if it was up to me, like, I'm saying, like, if who I want to win in the East, like, I want Raptors to beat 76ers, and I want Boston to beat Milwaukee. I feel like Boston and Raptors having the Eastern Conference Finals, and whoever comes out of that will be enough to like Warriors. Like, come on, we know Warriors coming out. But it's great to be seen because look, if Warriors beat the Rockets, come on, Nuggets and Trailblazers could beat them 4 times. Come on, like Rockets is the only team with the skills and the rescue that could save her from grace, things like that in that manner. But it's like a wait and see type of thing. But everything will play out, and we'll see who comes out. But for this game, it was a huge difference. Milwaukee could have to change things up. They have to basically adapt through the changes. There's no longer Pistons. I know you realize that. Just like 76ers realized that the Raptors are no longer Nets. Just do the adjustments, like change the game plan, and basically put everybody in a better position. And game 2, they should play great. But yeah, game 1 played out the way it played out because those were things. And that's it for my recap. It's your man C to the J to the C, and I'm out. Be breezy.